from the ashes.
Electric Boogaloo.
You see the truth behind the veil, and you know that they're just looking for attention. Oh, you don't let the ruthlessness prevail. Oh, it's time to light your fires for ascension. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burst. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burst. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
But then the neighbor goes on to say that Chris yells in at Katie to come get her retard. And I'm just telling you.
My God.
Now, how many of y'all have been accused of that? I mean, it's one thing after the next, after the next, after the next. And, you know, clearly it gets to the point where the kid doesn't feel like he's got a safe space.
Right. Right. For sure. There's one quick question that Crystal has. Why haven't CP or KP been brought to the station and questioned separately? Does anyone know the answer to that?
I think that probably happened early on. and I will tell you that y'all saw what Seth's mom posted today. According to what she posted, the TBI has done lie detectors on them, and both of them passed. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. It doesn't change the fact that the guy is an asshole. So, you know, and it doesn't change the fact that, you know, the 3-hour phone call, I'm sorry. I mean, Chase and I and Ocean, we all talked about it. I just can't, you know, Crime and Contour, you're being awfully quiet tonight, by the way, but, you know.
Coloring.
The 3-hour phone call to me, I can't get on board with that. I think something's sketchy with that. That's just me.
So,
I mean, that's Peachy. Do you have the phone call geared all up and ready to go?
Ready to hit play whenever y'all are ready.
I'm just going to say, if it starts getting out of control with a bunch of F-bombs, I guess there's one that is a little bit better beeped out. I just don't want to get this, you know.
Okay, well, this is not, there's no way that this is uncut. Absolutely not.
Is it all, I mean, do you think it's, I've never heard it, so is this going to get, I just got to.
I don't think it will. TikTok is
C word. You, Tony.
TikTok is weird. You know what I mean? Like they pick and choose. So I don't want to say you're good. I don't want to say you're good.
I just got a thing that asked me to remove you, Tony. You got flagged because you said the R word.
Yeah, that would happen. That happened on my phone.
Yeah,
Tony, you'll have to drop and come back up. Reset, just so that.
Drop and come back out, Tony.
And Cindy, I just want to say something about the lie detector test real quick.
Sure.
Because as far as the lie detector test, Proudfoot Chris, per se, has lied many times about his lie detector test. He said that he passed it. He took one and then he passed it. Then he went on Nancy Grace. He said that law enforcement told him he did not have to take one because he was not in the area of that on that time. So, he had posted on Facebook that he took one and passed it. But then when he got to Nancy Grace, he said, no, because I was not in the area, I didn't have to take one, but Katie took one. So then it came out that when Nancy offered it for Chris to take one, and they actually made it so that it was by his employment, so it wasn't like out of the way or nothing. And then he said, no, I cannot take it. Law enforcement told me to take it with them, not with you guys. So he didn't end up taking it with them. Now, as far as we never heard whether Katie passed it or not, at least for the first 7 weeks, we didn't hear any of that. And then when Chris took his, all of a sudden it was put out that he passed it, but these were the words coming from his mouth. So underneath, after talking to a few people who do polygraphs and stuff on a daily basis, I don't see them telling them that they would pass during an open investigation when nobody has been cleared. And that's just my opinion. And after speaking to people, because I really don't, even after when apparently Seth was notified that Chris had passed it per se, Seth made a question about, I heard about your parents maybe taking him. Now, if Chris would have passed it, Seth never would have asked that question. Like, there would be no reason to.
Right.
So,
Right.
I don't want to stay in here with y'all. I'm gonna get out because I don't want to be whatever. Because I try not to bring my platform into this. But I was just gonna tell you when you were talking. I don't know if you have an agency or not. If you get flagged, if your account gets taken down, I can get you back up. Is what I was gonna tell you. But yeah. So the R word and certain different things. But do you have mods in here? Because that's what. Yeah. So as long as. That's what I'm worried about. If you have a bunch of Proudfoot supporters that come in, that's who's going to start trying to flag your account. Okay, so that's why I was saying if you start seeing a bunch of them in the comments, that's the one you need to start blocking immediately. That's who's going to report your page.
Yep. Okay, great. So I think I have quite a few mods in here. You should know who you are.
Tony, Maya really wants you to answer about the robbing thing. I answered in the comments, but she wanted you to answer. That we truthfully don't know if Robin knows the truth about the polys, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I've tried to stay out of the Seth and his mother thing.
Right.
I've asked Seth to reach out to TBI and find out why TBI is talking directly to her and not to him. First, and then second off, to find out if there's any truth to that. Absolutely.
Facts. That's okay. I just wanted to come in here and look for it. Yeah, don't say the
Okay. So I'm waiting for them to play the call. They're not really talking about anything right now. We are going to be taking calls related to if anybody wants to call in about Sebastian Rogers and all of that. So there is, let me find it here. Thank you. Oh, hold on. I think they might be, if they're playing the call that they did last night, that we heard last night, then 1 second, y'all. Yes, I just got a haircut. So thank you so much. Thank you. Did anyone see the sorry, I need to turn this down. I can't, when two things are going on, I can't really speak. Did anyone see, I will keep praying for Sebastian, but I don't get any of them. I thought I knew what I thought, but I just don't. I don't understand any of these people. Do you get where I am going? I mean, I understand. Here we go. We're, hold on 1 second.
The PI Heather, who was working with Chloe, Chris went off on her big time. We're going to go down this rabbit hole. We're going to listen to this phone call, and then I'm going to tell you what I think. And I'm going to play you what
Oh, that's the call we played last night. Okay, never mind. I thought it was something major. Okay. Yes, Katie, where is Sebastian? That is exactly. Um, all right. Sorry, I'm not prepared, guys. There is a huge F5 forecast. Well, it's happening actually right now from NOAA. This is a very, very rare coronal mass ejection. And let's see if it'll show you like it takes 18 hours, and this is going to be going off for the next several days. It's absolutely crazy. Well, it's raining at my house right now, so I can't see nothing. But they say that even if you can't see, um, your phone can. So look with your phone as well. And like I've seen pictures as far as Texas. There should be auroras. Definitely, it's actually people are seeing it even as far as Texas as well. So all kinds of how do you exit out of this? It's not playing. Okay, how do I? There we go, maybe. So a lot of people, if you have pictures, you can send them in as well. Some saw it in Florida. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I guess you can see it where I live, but I can't get out to see it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. So people were talking about that the bed in the garage. And I believe I think that mattress may have been taken out, and I think the bed itself still may be in the garage. Because Chris said it was a bed that she delivered. I'm wondering if that mattress was taken out. My volume's low? Hold on. What's up, Southern Graham?
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you, dear?
I am good, but
Good.
rather frustrated with all this drama with Sebastian Rogers' case.
I know. It's a lot, isn't it?
Well, it's a lot, and I actually lived in Hendersonville for a period of time.
Yes.
And last night, when I was listening to the call with Chris and the threats, and the first thing in my mind is like, the reality is, even if you go to the police, they're not going to do anything. Because when I lived there, I went to the police station with a recording on my voicemail being threatened to be shot in the head. And the guy basically said, well, just leave them alone. Wouldn't even take a report. So I just hope everyone will be safe that's out there.
So they wouldn't help you at all?
They literally, the guy acted like I had done something. And I mean, it was a family situation, but I literally said happy birthday to this person and their husband like started harassing me and left me. I mean, it was so bad. I went to my church, and I served with the kids ministry, and I was playing it for my pastor and one of my mentor people, and they were just like, and they wouldn't take a report. I was like, they literally would not even take a report. So I know I had left a comment on BHB's thing when she was saying, you know, you guys need to report if anyone says anything. And I'm just like, the sad thing is they may not even take the threats serious there.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I was listening, and I was kind of out of character in the comments because I was so furious because it really triggered what I went through. You know, it's men that think that they can treat women that way, but they won't do it to a man. And then to go in and, you know, drag yourself in hysterical to say, hey, you know, I'm in fear. And then the police look at you like, well, what did you do to him?
You see, another woman called in last night, and she was talking about how there was a teacher and a pastor. She was like married to a pastor, and he got caught abusing a boy, a young boy. And when, like, he went to prison, she divorced him, she remarried him, he got out of jail, he got caught again abusing a boy, and like they didn't even fire her from her school. And she lives right in Hendersonville. Like, how can, like, no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's wrong with these people?
I really liked living there, but I just kind of kept a very small circle at that time because I was going through, you know, trying to heal from some stuff. And I kept a very small circle. And the bridge where they did the you know, thing for Sebastian, when they had it lit, I would literally go there every day after work and sit and feed the ducks. And a lot of times I would pick up something, you know, for dinner and sit there and just like try to kind of chill. And that's probably my favorite spot ever. And I really wish I could have got out there. I'm probably about 2 hours away now, but with healing, like, I can't go out for anything. But it might be for the best, because if I encountered one of the people who like to threaten everybody, I don't know, I might in an orange jumpsuit, because this has been such a trigger for me with the way he speaks to people and can get away with just talking to women, and nobody seems to be concerned by that. And all this, oh, he's past this, oh, you know, this doesn't matter, and why are you digging into information? Well, why are you brought to the occasion where we have to keep digging into you? I mean, you put yourself out there and present yourself that way, and then what? We're not going to dig a little deeper?
Exactly.
But I'm blown away that law enforcement doesn't see that there's something wrong.
I mean, shit. How could they not?
Right?
I mean, how could they not? I mean, you think a 15-year-old autistic boy, not when I say you, I don't mean you, but when I mean the police, but
right,
like didn't walk away, like walked away barefoot? How far could he have gotten? Number one. Number two, and he not a freaking camera? and not a scent or anything. No evidence at all. I mean,
And it's hard.
do they think we have a brain of an amoeba here or something? It just doesn't make sense. It's just complete. It's buffoonery is what it is.
As hard as they're working to keep people away, and the threats, and I just don't understand. And TBI, even, you're talking about outside of Hendersonville, why are they, to me, it's just such red flags that they're working so hard to keep people away. And I've heard people saying that they really think that they were going to just say, oh, he ran away, and everyone's going to go, okay,
Yep.
and go away.
Yep. Yep.
And every time something new comes up, I'm like, do they not watch the news? Have they not seen this happen? Like, obviously, people aren't just going to go, okay, and walk away.
Well, I think Chris thought nobody would care. He doesn't care, so why would anybody else? He thinks the world thinks like him. He's sadly mistaken.
Very mistaken, and he gets so angry, and I think that's why, for once, there's something that he can't control,
Mm-hmm.
and he absolutely cannot stand that he cannot control.
When he throws a fit like a freaking 3-year-old. Just a 3-year-old.
And the thing with Katie just being in the background, I'm like, as a mom, like, you would have to drag me away from looking for my child.
Mm-hmm.
And and my son's older now. I got grandkids. I would still be out there.
Oh, absolutely.
If my son was, my daughter-in-law, one of my nieces, nephews, they're grown. I would still be out there.
Mm-hmm. Same. Still be out there. Nonstop.
I just don't understand it.
Seth, he went back to work. And it's like everyone, things are starting to move on from this case now. You know what I mean? Like, there's not really anyone searching other than, God bless Terry, and just, they're doing specialized searches. I guess now it's just more of investigating. But, I think this is going to be a Summer Wells 2.0 if we're not really careful.
Well, and in the very beginning, when people first started saying that, I was like, nope, 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 nope. And now I'm just like, we're never going to know. And God bless Terry Lynn for being out there. I pray for her every night.
Yeah, she don't take shit.
When I can see or comment, I'm like, stay safe, because they ain't got her best interest at heart. If you're looking at some law enforcement, I don't want to say all of them, just based on my experience.
Right.
But, I just hope that she'll be very safe while she's out.
Me too. I really hope so, because she needs.
But it's good to get to you, and I won't keep you too long. I know other people are going to want to comment too.
Thank you, my love. Good hearing from you.
Yeah, we'll have to catch up on some
I know.
beauty products.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
All right. You have a good one.
Love you, Tony. Take care. Bye-bye. All right. That was Southern Grammy. We love Southern Grammy. She is a absolute. Carrie Lynn is a super trooper. Carrie Lynn and Charlie are the only two. Sorry. I always forget to turn off the loop. Do we ever hear anyone more from Matt who worked with the Terry? Yes. We're talking to him. Just hang tight. I do believe him. I'll just say that as of now. I do believe him. Certainly do. Me too. No, like it's cloudy and rainy here, and it's rainy here too. So don't feel bad. Sorry, I was yawning.
Standing in this photo. I know you've looked at it a million times.
I want to.
In this photo, and I think all of us are very hopeful, and I think it's amazing that Seth went to North Carolina and drove.
As we know, it's not him now.
Back to Seth.
We know it's not him.
Or FBI.
I want to go back to. Yeah, he clearly did work there, and also we're working to speak with some people that may or may not work there now. No, we can't see any of the solar flares or anything. It's just raining here like a mother chicken is what it's doing. Let me find where is it? Where are we doing? I wanted to go over Riley's. So there was something there that I wanted to talk about. Find it. Maybe this is right here where I'm at.
Like if him, like Katie, let me ask you this, or anybody can answer. So like if y'all were at home alone, like because Chris works out of town a lot, and this is, I just wonder, like, would Sebastian know what to do if there was a house fire? Like if it was just you and him?
No, it's on up here.
Look, I'm sorry. The code where you put the code in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would he turn around if he left and actually put that code in? Do you have to put the code in to lock it back?
He locks the door behind himself every time he goes out it.
Okay. All right.
Now, so she says he locks himself out behind the door every time he goes behind it. Mine, like my locks, maybe I'm wrong. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, my love. Appreciate you, Steppers. Jerry, thank you for buying me a coffee. I'm going to need it. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Okay. So, if anybody has one of these locks, right? Anybody has one of these locks. Doesn't yours lock like right behind you? Because mine locks right behind me. Dang raining mother chickens. Exactly.
Oh my God!
Sorry, I'm trying to wake up. Okay. Just needed to wake up. Got to get me moving or I'll fall asleep. I should take the damn house coat off. Okay. All right. So, does anyone's locks? Mine locks automatically too, Robin. Mine locks automatically too. Headphone on that's hard on the ears. Turn the hearing aid down. Turn the hearing aid down. Did you have to do?
I'm just trying to think. Is there anybody like any? I mean, I don't know if y'all have housekeepers or what. Like, is there anybody you could think of? And I know I'm sure you gave it to the police that
She doesn't have housekeepers. They have staff. Staff.
might have had the
And by staff, I mean she probably has a staph infection from Chris. But I digress.
combination that could have come in like while you were asleep that the dogs would not be alerted to or anything like that.
The only people that would have access to my house have all been interviewed.
Okay. Oh, man.
No, Caitlin.
I don't know.
And not only that, but if somebody had been by the front door, punched in the code, believe it or not, no, it's not super clear, but you would have seen a shadow or a figure.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Well,
based on,
you know something, Chris. You know what else you would have saw? You would have saw on your call on your door log what time Sebastian put that key, the code in. You would have also saw that. Christopher.
something would have been visible because one of the lights is still visible from that Ring camera from across the street.
Yeah.
That has been, like I said, every video, and I've said this through Facebook, everything in the neighborhood. I couldn't talk to you enough positive about my neighborhood because anybody had cameras voluntarily gave.
I bet you're not saying that now. Bet you're not saying that now because they talking shit about you. I can tell you that.
Up hard drives, flash drives, access to clouds for them. They've let people go in and search their houses multiple times without needing a warrant or a subpoena or anything. They've just openly done it. So I mean, that's
because they know that a 15-year-old child doesn't walk off barefooted. It doesn't happen. I want to know what time the log says that Sebastian walked out. Because I'll bet you there is nothing on that log. Betcha. Betcha. Who wants to bet me? There is nothing on the log that says he walked out that door. Did he pass that up too? I wish he would. Me too. Yeah, the staff foots. They got staff. Haircut today, Justin, with the good hair. Well, Tia, it's funny you asked. Everyone said, Justin, did you get a haircut today? And I got one like 4 days ago. But I guess it just looks shorter.
why it's so difficult right now.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now they come out and I know this is part of the investigation, so you may not can answer this, but it was public because we saw them. We saw them with our own eyes. So they come out about 11 times counting the backyard where they took pictures. Okay, so did they come in and check as well the 11 times, or did they do forensics like luminol or anything like that?
No.
Asking.
No. That I can answer. No, they haven't done that. We actually, Katie and I sat down at our table in our dining room, and that's basically where everything conducts itself. We sat down with him in the dining room, and I asked him flat out. I was like, "What about fingerprints? I mean, can we not take fingerprints? What
about fingerprints? I mean, this is the thing. What about fingerprints? Why is he talking about fingerprints when he says, oh, Katie says, I don't know why he walked out that door. Are you saying someone lured him? And if someone lured him, there would be evidence of that. There would be evidence of that. But there is not. Chased out? I don't think that child, Sebastian Rogers, walked out of that house after he walked in it. I think within 2 to 3 hours, something happened. Something definitely happened.
can we do? Can we check this? Can we check that? And they said no, because, and they explained why fingerprinting would not necessarily be where they would get a hit, was ridges and things like that compromise the fingerprint.
Yeah.
And he goes, despite TV and the movies, that stuff you see is not necessarily true. I was like, okay, well, that's cool. I just, they said, think of anything. Well, we were thinking and asked them, how about this? And how about that? What about this? What about that? And we got shot down.
Yeah. So,
That's
is there
a funny thing, isn't it? Well, we got shot down. What parent laughs about talking about evidence about their child, their stepchild? We got shot down. That's so not funny. I don't get him.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Chris, why is it funny? Why is it I don't understand that. We got shot down. It just makes no sense to me. Makes no sense.
or is there not a couch in front of the back door?
No, there is a couch in front of a door.
In front of a door. Okay. I was just wondering, so can he get out the back?
Why would Katie be so defensive about asking about a couch past a door? That's all there. That's just defensive. It's just about nothing to do with Sebastian. It is just about proving that they are innocent in their eyes.
Okay, so he can go
Is
out
there
the
an
back.
exit out the back of the house? Yes. That's unobscured from anything? Yes.
Okay, okay, but what I'm asking is, how did you know that he went specifically out the front door? What made you think that? What made you think that?
We presume that he left out the front door. We never know 100%, obviously, but we presume based off of process of elimination, going over it with law enforcement, going over the house, where things are, how things are, Sebastian's routine.
His routine. Sour Girl, thank you for your patronage. I really appreciate helping a struggling YouTuber.
Patronage.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. We are not going anywhere. You are right. You are right. Thank you. Hold the line. Chris wants us to go away. Nope. Not happening. Not happening.
Thank you for your patronage.
So, thank you so much. Self-preservation. Bingo. My biggest pet peeve is when people insult my intelligence, and they are doing that to us on a grand scale. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yaya, thank you so much for that. You know, when we do 5s, gifted memberships, we have to do an application process. So let the process, let me find it, begin.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next stop is Fulton Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
To the lesser fight, my body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
You are approved thanks to our beloved Yaya, also affectionately known as Heidi, one of my OGs. Thank you so much, Heidi. If you received one of those memberships, please thank our dear Heidi. She says you're all welcome. That is so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Where were we? Let's
And the fact that that's the door that he always uses or prefers to use, because I won't say 100% of the time he does come in with me through another door, but that's the door Sebastian prominently uses. That's the one that if he were going to sneak out of the house or leave the house for whatever reason, that's the most reasonable door that he would have left out of. Any of the others would.
I don't believe he would ever sneak out of the house. I don't see this child. He liked to stay very clean. We know that he liked to stay very clean. That looks like you open the doors to your bathrooms. That looks like you open the doors to your bathrooms. I don't get it. I don't get it off. I don't get it.
Have made noise
Oh, because I got my
or
house coat on?
not
Or would
been.
not have been locked.
Mhm.
So the back
Because
door, so that the back door would not lock.
from the outside, like the front, no. You'd have to have the key.
So I'm not going to
Just give
describe
myself
every door
carpet.
lock in our house to
No, I
y'all
understand
personally. That's a safety thing.
Yeah, I
But
understand that. Don't do that.
yeah, but what I can say is there's only 2 doors in the house that he could have gone out where he could have locked.
Oh my God, Charma Lily, thank you so much. If you received that membership, please thank our Charma Lily. That is so kind of you. Thank you, my dear. Thank you for helping out. I appreciate it. I pray they find him too. But I think, guys, that, yes, that's the web slut dance. Looks like I'm moving my neck, but I'm not. Because I got my house coat on. So Ash Cash got the membership. That is so sweet. We love you loving it here because we love you. How about that? What was I gonna say? I don't remember. We'll find out in a minute.
From the outside.
On his own, from the outside. And the one, he wouldn't have gone out because of how much noise it makes.
Yeah.
Everybody would have, plus it would have been seen on camera. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
It would have been seen on camera, y'all. It would have been seen on camera. Oh, really? Where would have been seen on camera? That's so not funny. Rebecca, thank you for calling.
Hey, Justin, how are you tonight?
I'm fantastic. How are you, dear?
I'm all right. I'm so confused, though. I just watched News Nation, their missing edition, and they featured Sebastian.
Oh,
they're saying that the sheriff's department said that that picture in North Carolina at Grandfather's Mountain is AI generated. Isn't that the opposite of what we've been told?
Oh God, here starts the conspiracy theories that I'm gonna have to fucking shoot down for 27 more years. Let's watch it. Oh God, I did not know that.
Because also, isn't this what Tony is organizing? Is these news things with News Nation and
Yes.
and all those news places?
Yep.
And I mean, what's the truth? I don't get it.
The truth is that there is the person came out, asked us that, told us that that was their son, asked.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, we're gonna watch this. Okay, here we go.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, we'll watch this and we'll see we'll see what's up, okay?
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me know.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, I'm Marnie Hughes, and this is Missing on News Nation.
Let me find it here. Let's find Sebastian. Okay, here we go.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon.
Hold on, let me get it to where let me get it on a different account so I don't have commercials.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Marnie Hughes, and this is Missing on News Nation. Featured missing case, there is renewed hope in the search for a young man named Sebastian Rogers. He's a teen from Tennessee. He is just 15 years old and he is on the autism spectrum. And he was reported missing on February 26th from his home in Hendersonville. That is in Sumner County, Tennessee. Sebastian's mom says that he was gone when she went to wake him up for school that day. Police say there has been no evidence of foul play, and the family is cooperating. Authorities have scoured miles of land looking for Sebastian, but there have been no leads to this point. There was a recent picture that got the family's hopes up of a teen resembling Sebastian. It was circulating on the internet. Sebastian's dad was hopeful it was him. However, it turns out it is not. That picture is a fake, an AI-generated image, according to the sheriff's department. Now, in early...
You are fake news. You are fake news. No. That's not an AI generated. That is no. Why are they saying that? Why are they saying that? Oh, coexist. Thank you, babies. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my love. Hold on, let me fix this 1 second. Hold on. Hello, Anonymous. Okay, he didn't want to talk. I guess he... Hey, love, please don't take the... But I really want to know from which do you make the most profit, as I want to benefit the most.
Shirley.
Hey, Shirley.
Thing, you know that News Nation, I emailed them. I told them they need to teach that lady how to tell the truth.
Yes, that's
and
crazy.
I sent them the video of when, or the thing when they came out with the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And told them, the mother came forward and said that was her son. How is it AI?
Exactly.
If that woman doesn't know, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She does not need to be. That's how stuff gets started in this case. all these rumors and oh Lord Jesus.
Yeah, I mean,
there I go getting upset again.
it's crazy. Like, this is gonna set a firestorm. It always sets a firestorm when there's a discrepancy. You know what I mean? And like they've got it wrong. You know, which let's be honest with you, I love News Nation, but everyone gets it wrong sometimes. We all do. Every one of us does.
Right.
But just like, when was this recorded? That's what I wonder. But did they ever really tell them that that was an AI? Because that would be
No.
crazy. I can't.
Even Nick Barrett said it wasn't an AI.
Yeah.
I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Nick Barrett.
Uh-huh.
That's the one I sent, the video I sent over to News Nation.
Right.
To correct that, maybe they'll redo it, re-air it, and come back out with the right information.
I hope.
Who knows?
I hope.
And I got to speak on that phone call last night. I am sorry, but innocent people do not act like that.
I agree.
Chris needs to go set his behind down over in the corner and drink him a beer and let Katie handle this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Katie's a big girl and she can wear big girl panties.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because I was listening to I don't know who that other lady is that you had playing just a minute ago.
Oh, that's Smiley.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, if anybody believes Chris's story that he was not there that night, I have beach land, a beach property in Timbuktu, Colorado for sale.
All right. Exactly.
Because he knows more about what happened than what's being than Katie, it seems like.
I don't believe. I think Chris was there. I'm sorry. I think he was there.
I do believe he was there. Why is he doing all the talking and he's coming up? Well, he went out the front door. Okay, how would you know he went out the front door? There's cameras all over that place. All them homes have cameras.
Exactly. Exactly.
So somebody would have seen him. Whether he went out of the window, the back door, the front door, through the garage, that baby did not make it home from that restaurant.
Now, see, I think he did make it home from the restaurant, but I think someone snapped. I think someone snapped.
I don't know. This story has changed so many times. I don't know. And I'm going to tell you, I hope Seth and that PI went and pressed charges on Dumbfoot.
I know,
I
right?
can't even think. Because what he did yesterday on them phone calls, and now all of a sudden he's being nice. He won't call a man show, but he'll sure in a hurry call a woman's show.
Yeah, call a man, Chris. Call a man. Come on, answer the phone, mother chicken. Come on. Sorry,
That's what he is.
I was feeling kind of masculine there.
Exactly. It's exactly what he is.
Call him.
Because about the first time a woman stands up to him,
Yeah.
all they have to do is say, "Oh, you want to talk to me? You want to put your hands on me? You want to threaten me? I'm calling 911." He gonna bow down.
Yes.
Like a little baby. Oh, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean. No, too late now.
Mm-hmm.
And Katie needs to learn how to play grip ball. Do you know what I mean by grip ball?
No.
She needs to get her a big pot of grits going and a cast iron skillet. So when he gets to acting the fool, she can play grip ball. Yeah.
Well,
the grits and just slap.
You know, in a pinch, you can also use some canned products and a pillowcase.
I ain't thought about that one.
In a pinch. In a pinch.
But Katie needs to get away from him. Oh, somebody said go Medea on his behind. But I'm serious. They need to do something. They need to stop Chris.
You're walking over, but you're limping back. You're walking over, but you're limping back.
And I'm gonna tell you, I think all this setback was every time they get close. This is when he gets really angry. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I noticed every time they get real close to finding Sebastian, he gets really angry and starts cussing and throwing fits and acting like a 2-year-old.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it's really starting to get on my nerve where I want to go down there in Tennessee and I'm a disabled woman, but I'm not going to put up with his BS.
That's right. I don't
Because
blame
I am a mother of a 15-year-old.
Oh,
And what he's doing, honey, that ain't, and I pray to God he never gets custody of that child in New Mexico.
that's not gonna
I pray to
happen.
God he never gets.
They will.
He never gets to see her again.
They will. You will not get custody if a child is missing from your home until it is resolved and the child is found safe. You will not get a child until.
That's crazy. He didn't want that baby at the first, and now all of a sudden he wants her. And I do think that his parents, Chris's parents, are involved in this. I really
Could
do.
be. Could be.
Look what they did to Nina. I don't know if you.
Oh,
Exactly. Did you watch Nina?
Oh my God, did I watch it? I was modding in there. I had my ears up on it. Yes.
Yeah, if they can do that to Nina, what do you think they're going to do to the baby?
Exactly.
And then Chris is looking for wife number 6, and Lord, I hope he never finds it because he hasn't learned the lesson that he's the problem going through 5 wives already. Something there should tell him, wait a minute, I'm doing something wrong. I'm on wife number 5, getting ready to go to wife number 6. What am I doing wrong?
Exactly.
But I won't keep you. It just ticked me off with that newscaster stating that picture was AI when we all knew it wasn't.
Oh yes. Yeah, something's up with this for sure.
I don't know if Mr. Stinkyfoot or whatever you want to call him
Right.
called him and said something about it. But, you know, he is not, something is not right with Chris doing all this talking like he was there that night.
Yep. He's the one in charge. He's the one in
In charge
charge.
of what? He can't even charge his own feet.
I know.
Some guy, he wears a size 14 shoe. And he ain't but 5'3".
Mm-hmm.
I think my 15-year-old is taller than he is.
Yeah. Last night he was throwing a fit on that the PI. He's like, I'm gonna call the popo. You call the popo ho. Call the popo ho.
Because you're going to be the one going to jail as soon as they listen to that. As soon as you said, if Steph don't shut his mouth, you're going to make sure he shuts it for good.
Yes, he did.
That was a death threat.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how Tennessee handles their death threats like that, but I know in Colorado, he's been having 3 hots and a cot today.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to keep you, honey. I just had to touch bases on that picture because that news thing, because it really kicked me off.
Yeah. All right, honey. Thank you for calling.
You have a blessed evening.
You too, my love. Thank you. All right. Let's see what is going up on this News Nation piece. Sounds like something's wrong.
April, law enforcement said that they were still actively searching for Sebastian, and at this point, they're not ruling anything out.
Enforcement has not, drawn any conclusions. So we need to keep hope up and keep praying for this young teen and his parents and his dad, that, he's going to be found. We just got to keep the faith.
Meantime, volunteers with the United Cajun Navy also joined in this search early on at the family's request, but they pulled back after they started receiving some threats. I spoke with one of the members of that search group about the unusual challenges they have faced looking for Sebastian.
The threats have been coming both in person, by phone, and also online. So we have multiple places that we're dealing with this, but we have turned over information to the local authorities so they can take action.
In the meantime, Sebastian's biological dad, Seth Rogers, says he hopes the FBI gets involved in the search for his son.
I don't know what to do. I mean, all I know is that he has disappeared out of his mama's house, and it's my job to find him and bring him home.
What happened to Sebastian? Joining me now is former FBI agent and News Nation Law and Justice contributor Jennifer Koffendorfer. Jennifer, the timeline of this case is peculiar. The circumstances around it, the police say no foul play. What stands out to you at this point in this investigation?
Well, I think what stands out to me is, Marnie, it's been 2.5 months. And not only do we not have any signs of life regarding Sebastian,
There's no signs of nothing.
also have no signs of foul play. So basically, at this point, it seems like he vanished. And that's very peculiar in a case like this for 2.5 months to go by with really no clue.
Take us back to the beginning.
Sometimes Jennifer's like, she's more like, yeah, there, something's up here. Something's up here. And sometimes she's just more like, we just don't know. Hello.
Hello, Justin.
Hello. How you doing?
Pretty good. My name's Cheryl.
Hey, Cheryl.
I gotta turn you down.
Yep, it's a little echoey.
There we go. I just wanted to let you know that little girl in Pike County that you had on your last show,
Yes.
she's been found alive.
Oh yeah, honey, we did a live on it yesterday. Yep, thank God.
Oh, okay.
Thank the Lord.
Thank God.
Yes, that's one story that ended good.
Yep, it ended good. I'm so glad because she looked so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this Sebastian thing is really getting on my nerves.
I know. It's driving us a lot crazy.
He is so wrong.
Yes. Something's up.
His behavior reminds me of, I don't want to even say. He's got really bad behavior.
Lucifer in the flesh.
Yeah. Yep. I think he did something to that kid, and I think Katie started it, he finished it.
Yeah.
Really
I mean, something happened. Listen, like kids just don't go missing.
No, they don't. They don't disappear into thin air. And I can't see that kid leaving the house with 29-degree weather. No, not in bare feet.
No. Especially if you don't like to get dirty.
Right.
fire ants, if you ever been into fire ants, you don't want to be in fire ants again.
Exactly.
Uh, they're nasty little creatures.
Exactly.
So, but anyway, I just wanted to let you know about that little girl in case you didn't know. And have you seen where they found that body or found the remains in Mississippi?
Yes. Yeah. I don't think it's related, but it's interesting. They found someone, which is good.
With a sock on.
Yep.
And they're looking into it right now, and hopefully Seth will be contacted if it's him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they were asking for DNA.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I hadn't heard that. Okay.
Yeah, and WAPT, they were asking for DNA.
Yeah. Okay. Mohawk saying police said it was a woman's leg.
Oh.
So.
I didn't see anything yet.
Okay. Well, we'll stay on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I'm watching all 3 Mississippi channels, so.
Oh, that's awesome. Leg had a tattoo. That should be fairly easy to identify then.
What was that?
Said leg had a tattoo.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how much was still there. From what they were saying, it was all bone, but.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's going to be a mess when he's found.
Yeah. It's
I live
bad.
in PA. I wish I could be down there searching because I'd be down there thoroughly searching.
Right. I understand. Well, thank you so much for calling, sweetheart. I appreciate you calling.
Okay, thank you, Justin.
Call back anytime.
Okay, thanks for everything you do.
Of course. Thank you. Bye-bye. I mean, it's really traumatic. I can't, like, if you've ever worked at, like, if you've ever been a paramedic or worked in any kind of emergency, in any type of crime, in any type of funeral home, and you've ever seen a dismembered remains, I cannot imagine being a child, like, fishing and seeing that, y'all, because it's traumatic. It is traumatic. Like, it's so when you're in that situation, it doesn't even, like, your mind can't even comprehend that what's going on almost. You know what I mean? It's just so bad. Asking because I'm in Canada, so not sure how things are done in the US. Can the public not send requests to higher government officials like the governor to force a review of GBI? Yeah, I mean we can. And just imagine this. Well, it even, like, you still, it's such a weird thing because you're not used to seeing things like that, obviously, no matter how much you've seen. And when you see things like that, you're like, it is so unbelievable. Your mind just can't comprehend what you're seeing. Right? Because I mean, I've seen a lot, and I can't imagine. My heart, like, I hope they get some therapy with that. I really hope they get therapy. I really hope to get some therapy.
Of this investigation. What we knew at the time in February was Sebastian's mom went to check on him, get him up for school. He wasn't there. His shoes were left at the door. His cell phone, all the other things that a teenager would have were left behind. When investigators show up to look for a kid in these circumstances, an Amber Alert was issued. What happens immediately?
Well, immediately, canvas of that neighborhood has to be done, and it has to be done correctly, where basically every house in that neighborhood is gone to, where it's searched, where all possible areas he could leave and go to would be searched. Secondarily, and really I should say just as importantly, it's important to get a bloodhound or a scent dog on his scent immediately. And that's for the purpose of seeing if he can be traced outside of that door and what steps he might have taken. Obviously, also video camera and footage that might have been taken in and around that neighborhood could prove quite important. Yet still, all of these possible avenues have gone and led nowhere.
Does it surprise you investigatively that nothing has turned up, that any clues so far?
It really does surprise me. There's been a lot of speculation, a lot of innuendo, and actual straight out allegations regarding the family's involvement. But really, law enforcement is forced to follow clues. Even though things may seem awry, the statements made by family might be completely out of order. It's just they have to follow the facts.
Yeah, she had photos clearly from December and January, but yet she gives them old photos.
And they have said there is no sign of foul play.
And police say the family is cooperating, no finger pointing from mom or dad. They just want to find their son right now. I do find it peculiar that the United Cajun Navy was asked to get involved early on. We've worked with them on a lot of missing cases, and they called off their participation in the search because they were receiving threats. What do you make of that?
Well, that is not only peculiar, but it's really outlandish. We hate to see these volunteer groups, and that's what they are, Marnie. No one is expecting these services to be, professionally trained even. But what you do need are boots on the ground, people to spread flyers out, people to post flyers, and people to walk these wooded areas in and around where he was. When other people start intimidating those volunteers leave, and it takes so many steps backwards on these investigations.
Law enforcement has a tough job, and they're often very protective of what they know. Do you believe that police investigating this know more than they're sharing at this point?
I do, Marnie. I think they know much more that they haven't shared. This is one of the really tight.
They have to know more. They have to know more. But I don't think they are going to do a damn thing until they have Sebastian. They don't have Sebastian, they're not going to
tighter-lipped investigations we've seen in these types of cases. They really aren't saying anything. It took them almost 2 weeks to come out with the negative, the information that it was negative, in meaning not Sebastian Rogers in that photo. Meanwhile, a lot of people really had hope, including the parents. So I'm just, they don't obviously owe anybody an explanation, Marnie. But when these types of figures and photos come out, I think it is so important to let the public know as early as possible, no, this is not him.
Right. So it's an AI photo. It immediately gets the family's hope up. We believed it was from North Carolina, and the sheriff's department came forward and said this is a fake photo. But
I wish Jennifer would have corrected
It does beg
her.
the question as to crossing of state lines in an Amber Alert. How do law enforcement broach that issue?
Well, in these types of situations, thankfully, they have gotten the FBI involved. The FBI is assisting. They're not leading the investigation. Also, TBI is involved. But they closely work together so that any leads.
Oh, she wasn't an agent, Mohawk? I thought she was an agent.
That come out, such as this, immediately that jurisdiction where this photo was allegedly taken could be contacted, that video footage could be called. So it's so important for everyone to work in lockstep on these cases.
How do law enforcement's resources dwindle after more time passes in a case like this?
Well, they dwindle, Marnie, make no mistake, particularly these local departments. They have only so many officers. And remember, they have a lot of other responsibilities that have nothing to do with looking for missing that they are trying to keep up with. And as time goes on, the case becomes colder and colder. And instead of having active, proactive investigation, you move to reactive. And that is where a clue will come in and you'll follow it instead of proactively looking.
What is the threshold for more assistance from the FBI, for example?
Well, the threshold is going to be where they literally have no clues coming in. They feel like they are at a complete standstill, and they might ask for additional resources to, as an example, spread further their ground search. But in this case, they've called off the ground search, Marnie. And so unfortunately, that tells me they are just working from an intelligence base and trying to develop those clues into possibly finding him. It's not leading anywhere, Marnie.
The family has shared that Sebastian is on the spectrum. How does that factor into investigators' search?
It's a huge factor because people who are on the spectrum, young children like this, we've seen this before. Connor Jack Oswalt comes to mind, you may recall. He left when he was only 17, and he just up and left, and then was later recovered 2.5 years later, over 2.5 years later. I know you covered that story well. The last case I ever worked as an FBI agent involved a child on the spectrum, and he too
She said
just
she's an
left.
agent.
Even though a lot of people thought that the family might have been involved, they were not involved. So I think it's very important to pay special attention to the fact he's on the autism spectrum may invoke different behavior than someone who is not.
Many families feel as though they hit a dead end after dead end, and they turn to private investigators. I know Sebastian's family has done that as well. They've also brought on people to act as a spokesperson for the family. Talk about the mentality of folks feeling as though they need to ask for outside help. And does that actually lead to answers in cases like this?
I think it can be helpful. People, though, who have this sort of experience, FBI agents that have worked these sort of missing cases for years, you want to really get somebody that's very well vetted and has the experience for two reasons. One, they know how to conduct these investigations, but secondarily, they're going to be able to better establish rapport with the local department. When a department is still working a case, though, a private investigation situation can get in the way, and they can be basically given the cold shoulder by law enforcement. So it's difficult because PIs just don't have the tools law enforcement officers do.
You know, it can be dangerous to theorize, but also can play forward possible scenarios. Do you have any theories in this case as you look at the evidence?
This is a case, Marnie, that is troubling to me. It's troubling to me because the circumstances don't quite smell right from the standpoint of where could this child have gone to and never have been seen. So whenever I see something like that, yes, I am very troubled. But there are other circumstances that lead me to believe it is at least possible that he wandered off. And I say that because there has been literally not a clue, Marnie, that the family was involved, and their house has been searched and scoured. So for that reason, I still have great pause that the family was involved.
Hold on, I want to try something. 1 second, y'all. Oh, come on. I'm telling ya. It's the satellites. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me do something here. Trying to fix something. Come on, Jesus, Mary, and Josephine. Oh, I think it might be her, not me. Bear with me. Yeah, it's definitely troubling all of us as well. Why does it keep this solar flare is really bad. Hello?
Justin?
Hello?
Justin?
Hello?
Justin? Can you hear me? Hi, my name is Hope.
Hey, Hope, how are you?
No, not really. I mean, there are so many. It's almost 100% digital investment.
Not even.
Okay, because we are experiencing northern lights all across Michigan right now. Now, I don't know if that would have anything to do with what's going on with you.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a solar flare 5, which is the worst it can get at that point. So
Okay.
yeah,
Because my sister, everybody's posting it, and I'm like, we live in the city, and I don't see it. They all live out in the country, and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm so jealous.
Use your phone. Put your phone up, and you can see it probably.
To what?
Put your phone up to the sky. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to try that.
Yeah.
Before I head to bed. It's late here. I shouldn't even be up right now.
I understand. Thank you, my dear.
No, that's what I was just wondering if that's what was going on. So it is a solar flare. Okay, hon. Well, you have a wonderful night, and I love your channel. And
Thank you,
I'm gonna
babe.
try to finish watching before I go to bed.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for calling.
You get bye now.
Bye bye.
Investigations and
Yeah.
but it's Randy's he's got a lot of faith in law enforcement, and not out. It's just going to be, we're just going to have to hurry up and wait in Caleb's case, unfortunately.
Yeah. Caleb's case, he's been missing now for over 2 months. March 4th. Yep. March 4th. Is there any other updates on anything else that anyone wants to share? We talked about Karen Reed already. There has been no updates, you guys, on.
You can't go back and watch, can you? On TikTok, like you can't go back. You can't slide the little thing and go back, can you? Has been excellent, and I'm out in the boondocks. We are still pumping sunshine out here, but we have managed to find great internet service. I pay for like literally the most expensive freaking service that there is. But I'm going to stop using Wi-Fi, and I'm going to do it directly wired pretty soon, because this is redonkulous. You know what I mean? The sky looks pink. The sky looks gray and dark where I'm at. Am I still live? Because my chat just froze. Hello. Is there anyone here? Okay. I guess you're live. My chat froze, guys. Oh, I can't take this. It's so annoying. Okay. Can anyone can you go back like on the thingy-majig? What is it on TikTok? I don't think you can you? It sucks that you can't do that. I guess we'll
And
just
if he did wander off, they issued an Amber Alert. What does that tell you?
Well, the fact that they issued an Amber Alert, law enforcement believes that he could not have left and gone a long distance on his own, that he would have had to have been picked up and kept in like a kidnapping situation and taken. But then
Yeah, I've thought about getting Starlink. Is it fast though? I want to know if it's
I
really
still
fast.
find it interesting that not one person has seen hide nor hair of him. Again, that leads us back to the origination, Marnie. What happened in that house? There's only one witness, I should say two, and that is Katie Proudfoot and Sebastian Rogers.
That's right.
What's the public's role in a case like this, Jennifer, not just in Tennessee, around Hendersonville, where Sebastian lived, but elsewhere to keep their eyes and ears out for any clues?
You know, Marnie, I always say people on social media have such a powerful tool, no matter whether they're TikTokers or Instagrammers or Facebookers, it doesn't matter. Everyone who puts his name and his photo out there, it proliferates, Marnie. And that is something.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for saying that, honestly. Thank you for saying that. Let's give Jennifer a round of applause. Yes, that's right. Because everyone is making a difference as long as it is in the conscious mind of the people. They are making a difference.
Everyone can help with, even if it can't be boots on the ground. You are providing significant information, and somebody just might see him that recognizes that photo, and it's not an AI photo. It would possibly actually be him.
Yeah, the more attention, the better in every case. Jennifer Koffendorfer, I appreciate you reading in on this one. And as always, thank you for your expertise and your experience. It means the world.
Thank you, Marnie.
And again, there is an active alert in the case and search for Sebastian Rogers. If you have any information that can help in the search for this young man from Tennessee, you can contact the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, 1-800-TBI-FIND. And make sure you join us next week as we investigate the disappearance of a woman named Julie Vesegalt.
We've had people scouring every single parking lot that they could possibly think of, you know, like especially at the mental health hospital.
What do you guys think of the treadmill murder? That is so bad. Oh my God, that dad, he needs to be able to, his death sentence needs to be he runs on a treadmill until he dies. That is what his sentence needs to be. Don Wells is the exact same thing. The very first interview they gave Summer, he said she'd never be found during the resurrection. Yep, sure did. Sure did. Exactly. It's craziness. I was going to ask you guys that, but didn't want to change the subject. It's so bad. So bad. I did a case the other day where we was talking about this elderly woman. She had 4 full-term babies in her freezer. She was in a facility and she had like dementia, so they couldn't prosecute her. I just could not believe this woman. I'm so disturbed New Nation putting that blatantly obviously false information related to us. I know, Justice Lover. I try to give a little grace because I don't know the situation. We all get it wrong sometimes, every single one of us. And I hope that they just, to me, it's just like make sure you correct it if it's wrong. Like if I get it wrong, I want to correct it, right? Um, it's never done intentionally. That is for sure. Uh, but I don't know when this was. But I don't ever think, there was a rumor that this could be AI, but I understand what you're saying as well because nobody ever said it was AI. It was just one of those things that people saw on this calculator and it said most likely AI, but the police never said it was AI at all. Like at all that I'm aware of. So there's been an official report from the sheriff's department. Yeah, exactly. And the parents of this child came out and said this, we know who this child is. It's really bad, Trisha. It's really bad. It's really bad. Guys, I am off to bed. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. We have a big day planned tomorrow. Lots of content coming out. Talking about Sebastian and other cases. We're not going to stop until Sebastian is found. Justice is served for Sebastian, Monkey Michael Vaughn, Summer Wells, Quentin Simon, Elijah Vu. Thank you all. Those are the main cases right now. Summer, perhaps Marlena. We'll have to see. Thank you all for being here. I want to thank Yaya for gifting 5 memberships. Charm Malili, thank you so much for gifting 1 membership. Thank you, Coexist. Thank you, Sour Girl. Appreciate you all from the bottom of my little heart. Thank you for your support. Thank you, mods, members, and chat. I really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be absolutely anywhere, and you chose to be here. I'm thankful, truly, for your time. Love you all. I will see you guys. Hello? I can't hardly hear you.
Well, let me turn you up.
There you go. Yep, there you go.
So you have the same thing my husband does.
Oh, really?
You're just a lot, yeah, you're just a little clock here that comes up.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But very fun. So right before I called, I heard you say a lady had 4 sets of twins in her freezer.
Yeah. No, for newborns.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay, so when we hang up, I'll get to hear the rest of that story, right?
Yeah. I talked about it the other day.
Well, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I did want to get your opinion on Sebastian.
Okay.
See what you if you feel comfortable saying what you feel happened.
Okay. What do I think? In my opinion, I have a couple opinions, in no particular order. I think perhaps someone snapped. and he was taken out of the garage. Something happened in the garage. And he was taken out of the garage. Or it's related to a CPS case, like, for instance, Chris maybe came home. He knew, Sebastian knew Chris wasn't supposed to be there. He said, I'm going to tell on you. And Chris or one of them snapped, and he was taken out of the garage. But I think he was taken out of that garage more than anything.
And probably not. Maybe with a heartbeat.
Oh, I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I pray I'm wrong.
That.
I pray I'm wrong, but I don't think he is alive at this point.
Yeah, I don't think so either. You know, I watch that video all the time. The one that goes around about, I guess, initially the trash truck or whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
But when you do really watch that and that zoomed-in version, I mean, I'm
I don't believe that's a trash truck more than it is the man in the moon.
well, no, I see people. I'm 52, so, I could be, I'm menopausal. Yeah, you could say I'm a little crazy if you ask my voice.
Yeah.
I'm not that crazy. And
Yeah.
I know what I am seeing. And that, and in the shadows, and there is 3 people. Well, actually, sometimes I feel like I can see a 4th, but there's definitely 3 people. I don't know how something like that would go on outside and law enforcement not see what, I'm seeing. But
Well, they may see what you see, and they may see what you see or see something different, and they're just not going to say.
I know, I just feel like that, I don't expect them to come out and do like a press or anything, but just come out and just say, look, we are still working on it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't, I could be wrong, but I don't remember a case going this long, especially in the beginning, without hearing something other than what we were hearing from News Nation on the AI thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Unless I missed it.
There's a lot of cases where they just don't, especially in Tennessee, man. Tennessee's a breed of its own. TBI, they work a lot differently.
Last year after CrimeCon, and we found out it was going to be in Tennessee, none of this stuff was happening.
Right.
Now that CrimeCon's going to be in Tennessee, my husband's like, well, because I forget who said it, and they were being funny, saying, look, when you go to Tennessee, you don't have to worry about getting, robbed or jumped. You just worry about not ever coming back.
It's the truth. Shit, it's
so
truth.
I'm like, well, he's like, well, you're not going this year. I'm like, no, you're right, I'm not.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It is crazy. But I love watching. I love hearing your voice.
Oh.
I love how gentle you are, but yet you are you still get the point across.
Thank you.
And you are you're beautiful.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
so pleasant to watch. There's just, some things are just nice to watch and hear. And sometimes you just kind of get lost in the moment that you're like, okay, wait, hold on, what are we talking about now? And yeah, like on TikTok, you can't really go backwards, but on YouTube you can.
Yeah.
So I'm going backwards. Okay, what did he just say? What did he just say?
It's frustrating on TikTok. You can't go backwards. It's like,
And
what?
I just, it's funny you asked that because I was trying to do that today, go backwards, and I was like, oh, okay, you can't.
Why can't you go backwards? It makes no sense.
It doesn't, unless you have to be on something else that has TikTok on it to be able to do that. But I'm on, it's not doing it. Heck, I may not even be on TikTok. I may be on a sub of subarray or sub edition of TikTok. Who knows? But no, I'm pretty sure it's on TikTok. You can go up, you can go down, but you can't go backwards, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Okay, make sure that I'm on the right one there. It's got a T, a T-I, T-I-K. He goes, okay, so yeah, that's TikTok. Oh, gosh, I fell asleep for like 10 minutes, woke up, and I was like, oh no, I gotta call. See what you think.
Yeah, I think someone that was, I think an adult was in that house, or adults know a hell of a lot more. That kid did not walk out on his own. And I'll stand on that, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people have autistic, children, grandchildren, or family members. I know they're all a little different. But I have a nephew who has something called Williams syndrome, and it's very, very rare, but it also has autism with it. And then my granddaughter has Russell-Silver syndrome. They're both very rare.
Yeah.
And they also have autism to it. But my nephew, he reminds me so much of how Sebastian is, like in the videos that I saw. That's me when they start playing like my disco music. That's how I start dancing. Just like him. He's so sweet in that video. But yeah, usually kids like that I don't think that, yeah, he wouldn't have ran. If he ran for his life, that he didn't get far.
Right.
That would be the only reason why he even ran out. And I'm sorry, but that human Lucifer that came out on the phone call last night, that was horrible.
That was bad. That was bad. I don't know. Chris is, I mean, he is just, I don't know. I mean, no wonder the man has been married 5 freaking times.
Right. I mean, there was a point there that I was like, look, we need to see proof of life of Katie.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a point we weren't hearing her saying nothing for a couple weeks. I'm like, I think we need to see some proof of life.
I think there was some tension in their relationship as well. At the very end, I think Chris said, it's me or him as well. And this could be something Katie did on her own, but needed help cleaning up.
Yeah.
It's sad that you can, shit like.
And you're right. He can't bring his daughter in with a missing child.
Nope. That won't happen. It will not
So
happen.
either way, Sebastian won, and that, I mean, he's not going to be able to get his daughter or see his daughter. Well, something happened. We know something happened when she went back home.
Yeah.
Tina found out something, or that order would never put in place. However, even if, let's just say, something didn't happen, or that order was going to get, rejected, whatever happened in this case now, it's still going to prevent him, from being able to see his daughter like that. So either way, he lost. And I was listening to his aggression last night, and I told my husband, I was like, listen to him. I said, can you imagine that poor little boy? I mean, I understand he's 15, but they're still babies.
Of course.
I said, did you imagine the fear? I said, my inner childhood is shaking.
Yes.
I
Yes.
can imagine how that little boy felt.
And that's so nice that you said that, because our inner child is always there. It doesn't matter how old we are. That inner child is with all of us. And just imagine being 15 and also, with, I don't want to say a disability, but having, this going on. Yeah. Yeah. And, constantly, I mean, calling your stepdad Mr. Chris, yes, ma'am. Like, I'm raised in the South. I teach my kids to say that to outsiders to be respectful,
Right.
but I would never expect my kids to call. If they would look at me and say yes, ma'am, or yes, sir, or anything like that, I would be like, "Where's my kid? Like, what have you done with them?" You know what
Right.
I mean? Like my kids, um,
Excuse me. Yeah, because I have 3 boys. I raised 3 boys,
I
and
do
I have
too.
4 grandsons.
Yeah,
And the only time, well, besides when they were in trouble and they just did it on their own, you know, um, when they're like, "Yes, ma'am," then you're
right,
like, "Okay, what'd you do?" But our thing is once you get behind these closed doors in our house, this is your safety zone.
right,
Because my oldest is 33, my youngest is 21.
right,
And then the 25. So, but each one of those generations, even though there's huge gaps, there's always, the world's cruel.
hmm
Kids are cruel. It's hard. It's just, so when you come home and you get behind that, I want you to be who you are. And you need to feel safe. And that boy, to me, as much as when Chris wants to paint a picture of how school was for him, I feel like school was probably more of a safe zone, for him than this young man, especially saying Mr. Chris. The only time I had one child ever have to say that on a daily basis, and that's when I put him in a detention center
right,
for juveniles for a week, to scare him. He'd have to say, "Sir, behind you, sir." "Ma'am, behind you, ma'am." "Yes,
right,
ma'am."
right.
Other than that, so
That's
that
different.
reminds me so much of the military, which he was, and of, correction.
Yeah.
It's a punishment. It's a correctional to correct behavior.
Yes.
And that's when you say that, Mister. And every time I hear that, that's what I think of. And I'm like, he was running. I mean, I know everybody says, I forget what the word, that's not a boot camp there, but,
Yeah, he was
something.
running. He's running a damn boot camp, pretty much. I mean, and that's. I mean, it seemed more like a damn boot camp prison.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And, maybe even, I don't want to say her name, but sweet baby girl, when she was visiting, she may have seen maybe a little proof that if, the speculations of him sleeping in the garage were correct.
I
maybe she could have said
100% think something happened either between Sebastian and Faith, or Faith saw something and reported it back to Nina, and something happened. I guarantee. I'm telling you, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Hmm
I agree, because I think Nina spoke very highly of Sebastian,
Yeah.
and I didn't get any vibes from her like she didn't want her around Sebastian. So I do feel like it's the latter of the two.
hmm
But yeah, it could have been, any of them. But girls, and I understand she's still fairly young, but girls pick up on things that boys just don't, because they're
Right.
so observant.
Right.
And just if she walked out into that garage or walked into his bedroom and noticed, his bedroom doesn't look like it should.
Right.
Kids ask questions, and they may ask a question that doesn't seem relevant to that issue, but but it is. It's like they process it so different because they don't have all the clutter in their head.
hmm
They don't have all that negativity and everything. I mean, what they hear is more pure. So I
Absolutely.
think that little girl observed so much that they're not even aware of.
Yeah. I agree.
And maybe she overheard them talking about some stuff, and I guess they talked a lot, from my understanding, through FaceTime. And I'm sure he said, "I wish I was there," and and maybe there was something that was said, and
hmm
just between the two of them, and she reported it
Yeah,
to her
something's
mom.
up.
But I'm glad that, I don't know how small she is, but 6 is still small, and her being a little girl, I'd hate for her to ever be in that position too.
Me too. Oh God, me too. Me too.
I wouldn't even want to be in that position. But
No, hell no.
listening to him last night, I sure would have liked to have had a little phone call. But I think they get to sipping and tipping a little bit, and then he starts making those phone calls,
Mm-hmm.
and it just, makes him sound even stupider.
Right.
Talk to him like in the day, like before noon.
Mm.
So, but all right, well, I'm gonna get back to your show.
Well, thank you so much for calling, my dear. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
Thank
my
you,
love.
Justin.
Good night.
And bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Something that I believe we're privy to. Something that I believe we're privy to. Something that I believe we're privy to.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Even a fly, and he's like, oh! Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah. Even a fly, and he's like, oh!
Look at that face.
Snacks, because, he's 15, and snacks. Snacks, because, he's 15, and snacks. Snacks, because, he's 15, and snacks.
You're not even worth the ground I walk on because you're a fucking goddamn skank. The fuck did that come at the dollar store?
This ain't gonna be good. Predator would come up here and take our daughter. This is not gonna be somebody like, oh, I love you, Summer, and I just want to save you from a bad situation. 90% of the time when someone takes a little girl or whatever, boy even, it's for 90% of the time it's because they're predators. So it's just not good. Somebody,
you know. So it reminds me of that. It's just pretty wild.
Film around this side. Now around this side. Now around this side.
Listen to the sound of that fucking door, people.
God just be with all of us because we all share this little girl and we're all together.
Look at this.
We're all together for the purpose. So let's stop fighting.
Watch when they go down to the river.
I love you, God. I give you all the glory in your holy name. Your son,
Watch when they go down to the lake.
I pray. Amen.
How Candace
Amen, Auntie Sherry.
starts crying.
It looked like you was froze up, Sherry.
You interrupted God.
The boys are still hanging the stuff in the trees.
They look like monkeys.
I know. So,
She'll let him pull up your pants, hon. I saw you go by.
I don't think that was the. There was another one, but when she goes straight down there, like she starts crying.
God just be with all of us.
She it's weird. Exactly, Carmelita. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. We've got a big day tomorrow, so get some sleep. Got to be here for these babies. Look who's calling the ghetto black, right? Love you all. Appreciate you. Good night. Thank you for hanging out with me. God bless.